We're live now. Hello everyone, selamat sore semuanya. Welcome back to our live session today with ACC Global. Hari ini kita akan ngobrol dengan Amerigo dari namanya mungkin udah ini ya, udah ketebak destinasi apa yang bakal kita bahas hari ini. So we're going to talk about America, United States of America as a destination. And we honored to have Amerigo here. We have Chris, Regional Director for Northeast and Southeast Asia. Hi, Chris. How are you? Yeah.
Hi, very well. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and also we have Anna. She's a Regional Manager for Southeast Asia. Hi, Anna.
Hello, Janela. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for being with us today. Perhaps we will cover about Amerigo in the US and the school that you have, anything you actually have to offer for international students, especially in Indonesia. Perhaps to start with our talk today, because I know that US as a destination still in the kind of like top destination throughout my career. I know that the interest is always there for any students to go to the US. Why do you think that US is still going to be in the top destination for international students?
It's a great question, and as you say, it's one of those destinations that throughout my career as well, the US has always been considered the top destination for students. There are many reasons behind that. I think absolutely the most obvious one is it's had so many very, very good universities. Five of the top 10 universities in the world, and in the top 100, the US 33 universities. So it really is a top-ranked destination, and that attracts a lot of students to the destination. So that's it's a really great, flexible undergraduate study method. So a really good chance for students to try different majors, try many programs, and many other things. So it's a great destination for students to consider.
Yeah, I believe because there's a lot of famous person or those that contribute to the world actually are US graduates. So I believe that also makes US still kind of like on top of the market for education, especially. Let's talk about Amerigo. Go back in the history. Perhaps we're going to know how it's actually established at the first place. Do you mind to tell us something about it?
Of course, yeah. Well, Amerigo was set up because we realized that so many students wanted to come and achieve their goal of studying in the US. And we noticed that there was a big gap in the market for students who wanted to come and have that US experience from high school, but perhaps they didn't know where to look. They didn't know where to start. So we started 5 years ago with the aim of helping students achieve that goal of achieving a really top-ranked admission to a good university in the US, but whilst also offering a service that's really customized and tailored for international students. We've been running for 5 years now. We've had many hundreds of students come through our campuses in that period of time. And we're really pleased with the success that we've had, and we've got some great stories of how our students have gone on to really, really good universities and are succeeding at them at the moment. So we're really proud of our success. We work with a great range of schools now that we'll talk about in the session today. And we're really excited to be working with AECC to speak to students from all across Southeast Asia and Indonesia to help them achieve their goals of studying in the US.
Yeah, I see that we should say that there are actually a lot of ways if you want to go into US top universities, and I can say that Amerigo is one of them. If you want to go, perhaps a bit easily streamlined with very good assistance. Amerigo is, I think, providing a high school level. Is it correct?
That's,
Yeah.
that's it.
So
And actually,
you
the
can
reason
actually yes,
that,
Chris.
yeah, the reason that we work at high school level is because we feel the earlier students start their US studies, the more benefits they'll have of their time studying in the US. We've found that the earlier students come through to start their studies, they get a whole range of benefits versus a student who perhaps finishes high school in their home country and then applies for an undergraduate degree. We find that students who've studied in high school in the US tend to have much more native levels of English language proficiency. We tend to find that they have a higher admission level, so they tend to get admitted into a higher ranked university versus those who've studied overseas. And it's a chance for them to really settle into life in the US before you get on to what is probably for most students the most important part of their studies, which is their degree course, because that really sets them up for their career. So our aim is to give students the platform to be able to have a really successful studies in the US and really be able to settle in and get into the US system nice and early.
Yeah, that will be actually a problem that many Indonesian students face because our national high school is not kind of recognized if you want to go straight to the uni in the US. So going through the US system of high school, that will actually help you to get into the university in a smoother way, right? Okay.
That's it.
For our audience here, for our friends, if you have any questions regarding anything, feel free to just type it in the comments box, whether you watch it from Facebook, from Instagram, or for YouTube. There's the comments there. You just type up your question in the comments. We're going to answer all your questions, your curiosity in the end of the show. So yeah. How about this? This is on behalf of our parents. You know, they kind of like sometimes reluctant, feeling worried to let the kids going abroad in the underage. So how does Amerigo actually taking care of the students, especially because in the high school age, most likely they will be under 18, right?
Yeah, thank you for the question. So with Amerigo, the Amerigo model, we work exclusively with our partner schools, and we try to promise we promise to take good care of international students applying to those schools. And so the way we deliver our promise is different and quite unique. So as Chris mentioned before, we want to make sure that students achieve their goal as well as parents feel confident when sending their kids going overseas at a very young age. So all of international students will be staying at our boarding program where they will receive very comprehensive boarding services with full support from academics, English language as well, and guidance for university application. For the meals, we provide 3 meals per day, 7 days per week, because we have students coming from all over the world. So we try to provide like international cuisine, and we want to make sure that all the meals we provided to students are healthy and nutritious. Sometimes we organize, like some cooking class, taking the kids out for a restaurant, like Asian restaurant, something like that. And each campus, we have a team of the campus staff there. They are well trained and like US, like local person there. At each campus, there will be at least 5 people there. One is the director of campus operation, we call DCO. Another staff will be taking care of English language support for international students. Another one will be providing guidance for university application. A team of campus coordinator and assistant as well. So we have everyone there staying with the kids and provide support them for like 24/7. And we understand that the kids, when they go there, they just not only study, but we want to make sure that quickly immerse into the U.S. culture by providing a lot of extracurricular activities like weekend trips, organize some kind of community services, because some school require students to complete at least like 400 hours for community service in order to be eligible for high school graduation. So we organize those kinds of activities to help students as well. And we also do some like trips for students during their school holiday, like Thanksgiving in November, and spring break in April as well. By that, the student will we have more relaxing time after the hard time of study hours. And for the parents, we understand that the parents, when they send the kids far away from home, they don't know like what's going on with their kids in terms of their study and everything else. So our campus team will communicate with parents on a daily basis and also monthly. So we send the parents a monthly report and to update them about the academics, social and emotional well-being, the English proficiency as well, whether they have their English is improved or not. And we also have forums for parents as well, where our campus team will send the photos of students every day, and like the meals, the weekly meals for the kids, like what kind of food they are going to have each week. So as you can see here, we provide like full of support for international students. So the parents will be like worry-free, and even some parents, they even send the second kid after the brother and sister coming to America. They normally send the second kid there because they really truly confident in the way they would take care of their kids when they're far away from home.
Yeah, it sounded like you actually providing support. It's a holistic support, like not only study in an education way, but also I can say a study life balance. So you still going out, and then you still trying to blend in with the community and everything.
Yeah, actually, I have a video here. I want to show everyone like the way that we take care of students, so parents and students can take a look at it.
Let's watch the video.
Yes, thank you.
Amerigo provides a very safe and nurturing home environment for our students.
Well, we really provide students support for their entire experience, not just inside the classroom, but outside the classroom as well. With extracurricular activities that are related to their English language development, club activities. We give them support all through the day, week after week, being more well-rounded as English learners, as high school students, as successful young men and women.
We're like a family here. Everybody knows their neighbor because it's their classmates, and it's also their campus staff.
So as a campus coordinator, I'm a surrogate parent. I am on site 24/7 with the kids, whether that's early in the mornings, late in the evenings. Day one, I already knew all of our students' names. This is not you're gonna get lost in the shuffle, 700 kids. It's a personal connection with students.
We love our Amerigo kids. They're incredibly bright. They're driven, they work hard.
Our teacher is great, they like our friends.
Amazing, just amazing, and I love the way they teach. And I just feel safe here, and I can do my thing. I can be an American here. Not just being the exchange student, but being a normal student. New experiences, you learn new things, you learn how to deal with people, you know how to deal with differences. That's just important for you in general.
To be successful in the United States as a high school student, you really need to have a diverse portfolio.
You can't just be a strong academic student in the college admissions world. You need all of those other pieces, and I think Amerigo's uniquely positioned to make that happen for our students. What really stands out for us is that we're not just about the education piece. We want students to acclimate to our culture in America. We want them to get involved outside of school just as much as they're involved inside of school. We want them to get used to learning in a Western classroom, which is very different. And all of those things from my standpoint add up to successful college admissions. I know this is a big choice on where you send your child. I would, as a parent, want to know that when they choose Amerigo, they choose a group who have their best interest at heart and who want very much for them to find the success that they're coming here to find on their own. I think this is a supportive community. I think all of our campuses have something different to offer students, and they should all be considered very carefully when making a choice about where to send your child. But know that when you send them here with us, we're going to work very hard to help them meet their goals.
That's awesome. May I know how young can the parents actually send the students to Amerigo?
So we have high school and middle school as well. So for middle school, I think the youngest grade that we will take care of them will be from grade 7. I think would be 13 years old. Yeah, that would be the youngest age that they can come to Amerigo.
That's great. All right, another curious question from me. So they don't have to wear a uniform every day today.
They have to. So each school have their own uniform, which look very nice. I really love the uniform of those, school. Very nice, very neat. So most private schools in the US, they will have to wear their own uniform, both for sport as well, and like for winter time, they have their own uniform as well, which is very cool.
It's a really good way of bringing together the community. You've got every student on campus is part of the school. It's a great way of leveling the playing field that everybody's on. So I think school uniforms are always a great way of connecting people together.
That's right.
And we provide
kind of like promoting equality. Yeah,
that's it.
Like promoting equality, especially that's coming from many countries all over the world, right? Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, it's one of those
let's talk
things.
about your. Sorry, Chris.
I was going to say, I could see one of the comments that people are asking about things like pricing, which we can come on to later. But we include all things like school uniform, the residency as part of the fee. So it's a very simple thing for parents. They don't need to worry about costs for this or costs for that. We bring everything together in one.
So it's all in
one area for you. Yes.
Yeah. Let's talk about the ultimate goal for the students is going into the US university. I know that you have the university guidance program. Can you explain about it?
Absolutely, yeah. And I'll share a couple of slides whilst we do this, which I'll ask our team to highlight onto the video. So we do have what we call our university guidance service. So it's part of University Advantage, and that's a really great program that we run with all of our students from the time that they arrive. So it covers everything from academic support, it covers through to the application support of helping students apply to universities, but also really starts on finding the right type of university for each student. There's thousands of colleges and universities across the US, and so it can be quite difficult to choose which student to go and study at. So part of the through the process, we help find students where the right fit is for them, what type of campus perhaps they want to go to, whether it's a truly Ivy League university or perhaps a 100 US university. We always try and find the right fit for students. Something that we run for since the beginning of Amerigo with huge success. We have what we call our honor track program. So this is a invite only kind of additional scheme to help our really top students. So those kind of A-grade students that are aiming for the best universities in the world. We invite each year into the honors track program and help them with additional support to really find the right opportunity for them. COVID, if it's done anything for US university admissions, has changed the way that the top universities are looking at students. They're students who are really well-rounded, have a really diverse portfolio, so that extracurricular support. They've got maybe athletics. They've done some volunteering work as well. And so we formed that application as part of the process for students. And we put on a new program for this. So a student who joins the honours track program, we call Top 50 Guarantee, where we are so confident that students get admit letter to a top 50 university. And we go one step further, that if they have and join top 30 US university, we'll actually pay up to $15,000 towards their tuition fees if they achieve that goal. Over the last couple of years, it's been really successful. So I'm going to share the 2021 admissions. So we had 95 seniors graduate this year. 65 of those got a letter to a 50 university. And as you can see from the logo on the screen there, many of our students were also admitted into a top 30 university as well. So we had 8 students accepted into New York University. We had many students into the California system, so UC Berkeley, number 22, as well as many other great universities around the US. So we're really confident that we are able to provide a really good platform for students to apply to top universities in the US.
Do you want to add, Anna?
So I hope that gave a little bit of an overview.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know that there was a little bit breaking up during his presentation, so I just want to give it again for your information. So coming to Amerigo, as I mentioned before, as we mentioned earlier, our ultimate goal is to help students achieve their goal get into top ranking university or any university that they want to within their preferred major. So in order to do that, we help students along the way during their 4 years at high school. So we provide a lot of support for them in order to help them achieve that goal by helping them with their academics, talking with them in person, say like which university are you going to apply to, which major, in order to get admitted into those major, like what kind of courses that you should take at high school. And we also take students visit some of our university within our network, for them to have, to know what the university look like, what they are looking for, a potential student at their school, those kind of things. We also support, provide them for resources to do ACT, SAT, and TOEFL as well. And we also have a program called the Honors Track. So the Honors Track is the special program that we designed for students with exceptional, with outstanding academic performance by the time they apply to Amerigo. So with the Honors Track, they will receive more support, even more support from any other Amerigo students. Like they will have one-on-one consultation with our director of university advising, Mr. Katie Blue, that you just saw in the previous email. More supports. So by joining the Amerigo, by admitted into the Honors Track, those students will have more opportunity to be accepted into top 50 university, which is not easy at all. And the special thing, the nice thing that Amerigo do for those students is that if they got accepted to top 30 university or top 10 liberal arts in college, and they enroll in that school, Amerigo will have a scholarship up to $15,000 toward their tuition fee. This is some kind of like a reward for Amerigo students, for our students, for all the hard work they have gained and they pay off. So that kind of scholarship is like a reward for them. So we encourage them to go further, to go beyond what they wanted to do. So this is so if you aim to go to top ranking university, you have to prepare well from the high school. And from there, Amerigo will support you along the way.
How early is it, which grade that they actually can start to think about which uni, which program? Is it year 11 or year 10, perhaps?
I would say the sooner the better, especially if student aim to go like medicine or law, those kinds of
Yeah.
major. The sooner they prepare, the better. But I would say that grade 11 is a critical stage for them to prepare. As you already know, that the university they close the application like in very early in October or November. So that would be in the first semester of grade 12. So students should prepare everything in grade 11. Like they should have a list of university they want to apply, prepare for essay, for ACT, SCT, TOEFL, something like that before the summer of grade 12. So by the time they go to grade semester of grade 12, they have everything ready and they just apply to those university and wait for the result. So the sooner you prepare, the better. But grade 11 would be more important. So that's why we always encourage students to come to Amerigo, Amerigo and any other high school in the US for at least 2 years, grade 11 and grade 12, so that you have enough preparation to apply into university.
That's great. Talking about the schools you have throughout the US, how many do you have?
So currently, we have 8 private high schools in the US and also 2 middle schools that I just mentioned. And recently this year, we just partnered with one school in Toronto, Canada. So in totally, we have 9 high school, 8 in the US and 1 in Canada, and 2 middle school as well. So as you can see here, we have, I'm just talking about the US first here. So we have 8 school crossing from the west to the east. And as you can see here, they have very big location, very famous cities in the US. We have 4 high school in California, 1 in Chicago, 1 in Twin Cities, 1 in New Jersey, and the other one in Houston. And as you can see here on the map, that all of our schools are ranked either A or A+ on the niche.com, and some of them got the Blue Ribbon of Excellence Award, the award by the Education of Department in the US. And I would say that more than 90% of student body here are local students, US citizens. So international students will come here and study at the truly local students. They will interact with US students. They interact with, teachers, local teachers there. And I would say that all of our school partner, they have a very impressive university outcomes. Some of them, like almost every year, they have students got accepted into top 30, top 50, and even Ivy League as well. So international student, you have equal chance to with a local student. If they have you study at the same school with same teachers, so you will have the equal opportunity to get accepted to those top ranking universities. And the other nice thing that I want to share here is that some schools, they have a very special programs. Like some school is very strong in business. Some school is very strong in robotics and computer science. The school in the private high school in the US, they prepare well for their student in order for them to get into colleges in US. So they prepare them from high school. So basically, I would say that our school will meet on the requirement, on the demand, on the need a student want to find a school that help them better for university in the future.
So you mentioned that each school has its own strength, depend on the particular subject. So
yes.
So basically, students can actually choose. If they know what they want to do in the uni, then perhaps it's easier for them to choose which school is actually perfect for them.
Yes, that's right. So normally when I talk to the students, I normally talk with them to understand more about what they are looking for, what their interest is, say if they say my interest is in computer science, I want to study computer science in the future, and I want to study at a big find a school in a big city in the US. So I would direct them to our campus in Chicago or in New Jersey or in Los Angeles as well. So depends on their interest, their requirement. I will advise them suitable schools, but the decision is up to them. They can choose any school they want to apply into.
Yeah. So among the schools you have, which one is the kind of like most favorite, perhaps among Asian?
Yeah, I would say that California and Chicago and Illinois State are the top destination for students, international students, especially those from Asia. The reasons why they chose Los Angeles and Chicago are, I think, as we already know that LA, Los Angeles and Chicago, the biggest cities in the US. LA is the second, Chicago is the third. For Los Angeles, LA, it is rated as the most diverse city in the USA, with residents coming from 100 countries, and especially they are home to more than 100 universities and colleges, and many of them are in top 30 in the US, like Caltech, UCLA, University of Southern California as well, and they close to international airports, and there are many direct flights from Asian cities to LA, so it's very convenient for them. Our campus in Los Angeles is just 15-minute drive away from the airport, so it's very easy. And for Chicago, it is the hub of economics and culture in the US. Chicago is home to many champion winning sport team, renowned arts institution, and also like top ranked universities like the University of Chicago, Northwestern University as well. And our head office, Amerigo head office, is also based in Chicago downtown. So there are so many reasons there that we welcome a lot of international students coming to LA and Chicago.
Yeah, I think we're going to cover these two schools in the next few weeks. Yeah. So friends, if you're interested, just perhaps follow our Instagram at ACES Indonesia, just to keep you sort of alert of when we're going to cover these two schools in the next few weeks. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe Chris, can you help me to show some photos of the school at our campus now for them to have a look at how the school look like?
Yeah.
So we have some photos from some of our campus here. To see that it is different from school to school, from their uniform, their campus as well. As you can see them, they are very active, and like the way they teach students is very different to most of our school in Asia. Even in Vietnam, where I'm based, it's very different.
Yep. Let's see. So each school has its own strength, as we mentioned, perhaps in the lab or in the sport or any other things. Yeah. Let's talk about accommodation, or you call it residence, because our reference about boarding school in the US comes from movies or TV series. So how actually it looks like in Amerigo?
Yeah. So with Amerigo boarding program is quite different from traditional boarding school in the US. So as I say, international students who coming to our school partner will stay within our boarding program, and they will stay at the very quite like luxurious apartment in a very safe and secure neighborhood. Some of our schools have the on-campus dorm, where like the dorm is located within the school, and they just like take a few walk to the classroom. But most of our campuses, they have the apartment style as at the dorm, and the distance between the dorm in the school. It's just like around 5 to 10 minutes drive maximum. And there is bus to and from the school every day. So our staff there taking care of transportation for the kids to and from the school. So it's very easy, convenient as well. And within the unit, so it is a single gender unit, male and female separately. And in each unit, there are 2 bedrooms with one private bathroom within a room. And one student will have their own single bed, their own desk as well. And there is fridge, washing machine, like dryer as well, dishwasher within the unit. So it's very convenient for them. Like it is like very, very comfortable, very convenient. And within the apartment itself, there is swimming pool, fitness center, mini cinema, a barbecue, outdoor barbecue area as well. So I would say that when an international student come into Amerigo boarding program, they will have like very safe and comfortable living conditions. So they have good time, relaxed time, and they can, their study would be more better when you have a good living condition. I have a short video here to show you how the apartment, our apartment look like. It is in San Diego. So yeah.
Okay. Let's watch the video. That's great.
You know what? I wish I could be a high school student to come and stay there at the apartment.
Yeah. So as mentioned, it's actually all in the cost of study. Yeah. It's all in. Okay. Okay. Let's move on into the recent issue, COVID-19 and the pandemic study. How is it like now for students who is studying there, or perhaps for those that considering to studying? Do you have a safety protocol, or how's the studies going like during this pandemic? But I know that America, I think, is almost all of them get vaccinated, right? Yeah. So how is it in Amerigo schools?
Yeah. Well, it's almost back to normal in the US at the moment. It's been a really exciting few months. Vaccine program. So we've been working very, very hard for the last year to ensure that our experience for students is as normal as possible. So on top of all of the normal safety protocols we have for our students, which, as you said earlier, are under 15 students, so we take that as a very serious part of our work to make sure that the students and the after is we do still have many protocols in place to prevent COVID. On most of our campuses, we still have mask usage in place. During the first weeks of term, we limit the number of visitors that can come onto campus until all of the students that are with us are fully vaccinated. And students from the age of 12 and above in the US are able to apply to get vaccinated, and it's very widely available. So nearly all of our students that are arriving this month in the US will probably have both of their vaccine shots by, say, the end of September, beginning of October. And so we've got a phased return to campus. So during those first few weeks, we're limiting the number of visitors, we're limiting the number of kind of interactions students have outside of either the Amerigo campus or their school community. But after that point, we're very hopeful that things will return to normal. Already sports are happening, after school events are happening, all of those kind of fun classes that students really enjoy doing as part of their school life, they're all happening right now. And so school life in the US is very much returning to normal, and we're confident we can continue to host our students as we have throughout the pandemic. We kept all of our students with us all through 2020. So we're very confident that this year is going to be another really great year for our students studying in the US.
It's good to hear about it, Chris. I think we are quite running out of time. That perhaps we start to answering some questions we have from our friends here.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's check out for the questions. One moment. Yeah. It's from Angel Miranda. Hi, from safety point of view, how the students will be protected, especially for below 18 years old?
So for
Happy to.
yeah.
What I'm going to answer.
Chris, you want to answer?
Safety is our number one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have many protocols in place after the students lost their status. So as an example, our dormitories have a few safety features in place to make sure we're always aware of where our students are. So each campus, as Anna says, has a set of staff that live on the campus 24/7 for our students. And we're able to monitor all of the communal areas of our dormitories. There's alarms on the door, so an alarm, if somebody enters or exits the unit, there's the notification of staff on campus. And we can really make sure that we are looking after the students. It's an incredibly safe environment. We do what we can to make sure that they are enjoying themselves, but also that at the same time, they're where students are. And most importantly, I think the parents are involved in the system. So if I take an example, if you have a student who wants to go to the cinema with their friends on Friday, they have to apply for permission from both their parents and the campus teams to be able to do that ahead of time. And then they have to go with a buddy. And so they'll travel to the cinema with an Amerigo student. They have a phone with them where we can track their progress and get in contact with them if anything happens. And so it's a very supportive environment the whole time for our students. And as I said, the parents are part of the process. So if you don't want your son or daughter heading to the cinema at the weekend, that's okay. We can follow your guidance at the same time. So we have our own protocols. We work very closely with parents to get the right.
All right.
I'm not so sure if you can hear what own Chris mentioned. So I just want to highlight some key points here to make sure that you all got what he mentioned here. So safety and security is our top priority across the campuses. So everything we do is want to make sure that all of your students are safe and are taken good care of. So at the department, we have a camera at public places. We have a sensor at the main door. So anytime that students go out at the curfew time, like for example 11 p.m., there will be a signal coming back to the staff phone. They know that someone will be going out, or we are not allowed the student to go out alone for themselves. On weekend, they have to go with someone else, with another fellow students, and all the students we have are required to install an app on their smartphone, so that we can track where they are. And if they want to go to somewhere else, they have to tell our campus staff that where they are going, who they are going with, and what time they will be coming back. And as Chris mentioned, parents is a part of this process. And at the beginning of their time coming to Amerigo, we have a form we call a parents permission form, where we list out all the activities, all the items that we are going to provide the students, and there will be permission from the parents whether or not they want the kids to do a certain things at the campus, whether or not they want the kids to go out on weekends, whether or not they allow their kids to play video game on the weekend, something like that. So we align with what parents agree for us to do with their kids.
That's great. Thanks, Anna. Let's go to the next questions. How to choose best high school in the US or Canada, and what is the tuition fee?
Okay. I think this question is a great question, but hard to tell like what is the exact like formula to choose the best high school in the US, because in the US and even Canada, there are like more than 3,000 high schools in the US. And for international students, so you should find private high school, because it's the place that those private high school allow you to study at least like for 2 years, but public school, they only allow you to study for 1 year in the exchange program, and then for the second year you have to find another private school. Also, the best high school is like where is you can find the programs that you like, the environment that you think you are comfortable living with, that you think you can make friends. Another thing is that the services, the support the school is providing to you. So I think it's better for you to have a deep research into the school that you want to apply. Maybe you can come to help with like ACCA. I'm sure they are very experienced in this. They can help you to find the best high school in the US, like a high school that's suitable for you. It could be not be the top ranking, but that school like the most suitable for you within your budget. So you also should need to set the budget that your parents can spend for a year for tuition fee or the boarding or for homestay, those kind of fee. So you should set a budget for that, and then you start looking for the school that can meet your requirement.
Yeah, so for Esfana, if you still don't know which one to choose, just talk to one of our experts. We will be able to help you find out and choose the kind of like match you with the school suits your interest. Okay, let's go to the next questions. Okay, from Jessica, is there any guarantee to be admitted to Ivy League by taking high school at Amerigo?
Shall I take that one? I hope you can hear me. I know I've had some sound problems.
Yes, it's better.
So Anna, wave if you can't hear me. So we can't of course guarantee an admission into Ivy League school. What we do have through our honours track program is what we call a top 50 guarantee. And it's a tough program to be admitted into. We probably have maybe 10% of our student community each year are admitted into honours track. And we ask the students to commit to what we call the Amerigo agreement as part of the honours track program. And that's an agreement where the student commits to a certain number of extracurricular activities. They'll pull together a certain number of essays and gain reference for their university admission. And we're confident that through that program, you'll be able to get an admission into a top 50 university. And as we mentioned earlier, if you gain admission into a top 30 university, we'll also pay up $15,000 towards your first year tuition fee. So we can't guarantee an Ivy League admission, but we are very confident that we can get you into a top 50 university if you qualify for the honors track program.
Yep. Okay. Hope that answered your questions, Jessica. Let's go to the next questions. Yeah. Okay, from Muhammad Ihsan. After graduated from the high school in the US, is it possible to study my bachelor degree in other countries, or US is the only option?
That's a
You
great
totally
question, Mohammed. Yeah, we found out this year that we were starting to see more and more of our students apply overseas. And so we had many of our students apply to Edinburgh in the UK. We had a few students apply to university in Canada, so the University of Toronto, UBC. And we also had students apply to Melbourne and Sydney in Australia. So the US high school diploma is recognized around the world. And so you can definitely apply to other universities if you study through a US high school.
Yeah.
Do we have next questions? Okay. From Windy, as a parent, what should we prepare if interested to join Amerigo High School?
I can take this question. So as a parent, what you should prepare for your child before he or she coming to US or Amerigo School. First is that you should encourage your child to improve your English, from the local country, from your home country. Because if you prepare well for English, it is much easier for you to come to the US, and you can quickly adapt to a new study environment. You can communicate well with students, with international students, with teacher as well. So English is the first thing that you should prepare. The other thing is that I would say is there you prepare them for they should be more confident, and they should know that they are going to live far away from the good care of their parents. So they should know how to take care of yourself, more independent, how to solve their own problems. It just doesn't need to call parents every time they have an issue, something like that. So you should prepare them well to be more independent for themselves. And another thing is that as a parent, you should prepare finance, a budget for your parents, for your kids to study abroad. Like you should know that how much you are going to spend for your child to study, because it will also help you, or help the agent help you to find a suitable school for you based on the budget. So those kind of things I would recommend you as a parent to prepare before sending your kid to the US.
Okay, thanks, Anna. I think that was the last question we have for today. So if you watch this session a bit later, or watch the recorded one, and if you have a burning questions that you don't find the answer today, feel free to reach us out at ACC Global Indonesia, or make an appointment with one of our experts. Or even if you want to do a one-on-one consultation with Amerigo Schools to consult directly about your case, we'll be happy to arrange it for you, so we can cater your needs, more specifically. Okay. For in the next few weeks, there will be another 2 schools we have to cover with Amerigo. So stay tuned. Don't forget to follow AC Indonesia for any updates on the date and time. All right. I think that's all for today. I want to say thank you so much for Chris and Anna for being here and sharing all the information. I believe this will be a fruitful one and very informative for each one of the audience today. All right. Thank you
so much for
Thank you,
hosting us.
Junila. Thank you.
No
Thank you,
worries.
everyone.
Yeah, so that's all. We're just gonna wrap it up and say stay safe and healthy, everyone. And see you in the next live session. Thank you.